let's go here. We'll do a about me and an introduction. Give you guys a past history of what I've done and where I've been. Of course, my name's Earl Jr. I have a domestic partner. Her name's Kristen. We've been together for around 8 years. We got 2 children, Mason and Harper. We also have 4 pets, 1 dog, German Shepherd, and 3 cats. I have worked at Harris County Hospital since 2019. I've also been a deputy coroner since 2022. I own a small business. It's called Earl Morse Enterprises, mainly as that is what the tax guy told me to name it. Last year I was selected to be TechNation's 40 under 40 for the year of 2023. And earlier in this year, I was selected to be Professional of the Month in February. So if you guys get the TechNation magazines, you should have seen that article. I've worked in IT for 15 years before I started in the Biomed field. And I truly believe everything that I've done in my life has put me to where I'm at today. We will be talking about some of the challenges as I see as a newly Biomed, because I've only been doing Biomed for 3 years. Who's also a one-man shop. I personally have a lot of challenges that we have to navigate around. These are not in order from highest to lowest challenges. And if you guys want to ask any questions, please stop me and ask questions as we go. So the challenge number 1 I came up with was time management. This is a challenge because you need to know how to be fluid and work around everybody else's schedule, especially if you're a one-man. So you may have to come in late at night, early in the morning just to get stuff done, especially in surgery, radiology. OB is a really busy place too to get into. So you'll have to learn how to schedule your PMs like I do which I will talk later about it, but I do close to 200 to 300 PMs a month by myself. If something breaks, it's not a matter of when or if it will, it matter when it will. You need to get the hospital equipment in a timely manner. So if you got to go to your vendors, you want somebody that can turn around and get you parts pretty quickly. So that's on that one. And sometimes my hospital, we have a few extra parts. So like if it doesn't come in within a week or 2, that's okay, because I'm not under that kind of pressure to have stuff out. So then this moves us on to challenge number 2, which is service agreements or contracts. This is an ever-going challenge. Even though I eventually see every service contract or agreement in the hospital, this is very helpful to all biomed departments, as you can know what the vendor has agreed to versus what you have to do. I have personally implemented a system in the hospital so that we can do contract management, so everybody can scan their documents and it's all in one place and everybody can go to it. Oh, there it is, service contracts. So the challenge number 3 would be procurement. This one I spend most of my time, probably 15 to 20% per week, looking for the most cost efficient price, as our equipment is at least 7 years or older. We're starting to get newer items in, but it's a slow process. Get to know your third-party vendors. I have found out that they're the ones that will have what you're looking for or can help you get to the right place. I have had to get creative to parts that broke, like be manufactured by a local company. Some vendors do not sell every part separately, which I recently found out. So this takes us to challenge 4. So challenge 4 is communication. I got a little funny up there. It says, and this is why we lift on 3, and they dropped the patient. So this could be probably the hardest one that any of us will face. I asked the person that retired, that I took over his place, who'd worked there for over 40 years in the business, and he said this is the hardest thing he had to deal with as well. And I said, why do you think that? He goes, because C-level people, like the corporate level people, do not understand what we do. They just know that things break, we fix them, and that's it. Like, because I don't know about you guys, but my CEO comes around once a month just to say hi, and that's it. And then she's gone. So let me see. Yeah. But you also need good rapport with all your departments that you work with. Mainly because if you need to know how something broke or what they were doing, no matter what, you gotta let them know, hey, you're not in trouble. I'm not gonna tell anybody. Just tell me what actually happened, because people do break things. We're all human. So that's a good thing. And but yeah, I mean, so in each department, literally in each department on each shift, I have 2 or 3 people that I have a really good relationship with, just so that I can know things that are breaking or what's going on in each department. So if you don't have that, then you're never going to know like what's happening. So I think that's a really good challenge. So this is a little game that I came up with. I want you guys to interact with me. So top 10 notes on a device. Like, what is some of the things that you guys have seen on devices? Like when they just write messages and you don't really know what's wrong with it. What'd you say, P-O? T-O-E. U-P. What's that stand for? Toe up. Oh, toe up. I got it. Sorry, I'm a little slow. Anybody else? Yes, sir. That's possible. Like I've seen them, like say broke AF. Yeah, like this is a relationship that I have with these people that they feel comfortable that they can do this without somebody saying, "Hey, you're going to get in trouble." Yes, sir. Oh, oh, that's not good. So I just came up with 10 top notes that I've seen. Like broke, it usually broke AF, but I just didn't write that on there. Needs a doctor. Um, Piece of junk, because we do have a lot of odor equipment. 10-0, if you guys don't know what that means, it means dead. Like that's what 10-0 is. Yeah. Yep. Like, so if you go on a crash scene and they said there's a 10-0, that means someone's dead in a car crash or something. DNR, do not resuscitate. Not for sure. Doesn't work. Has issues. Patient broke item, which I don't know how patient breaks it, but it is what it is. And then get us new equipment, which it's hard to do when you're a small hospital. So I'm like, I'm trying. So that's my little funny. So then challenge 5 would be human resources. I don't really have to worry about that because as long as I'm doing my job and everybody's happy, I don't have anything. I know other hospitals got bigger departments. They probably have to manage each individual person. But you know, I mean, the relationship, I guess you do manage your relationship between, which goes back to challenge number 4 about your communication and how you interact with people. But that's a interpersonal thing that you have to figure out. Challenge 6 would be balance work-life experience. This one's really tough, to be honest with everyone here. As you know, I am a deputy coroner, so I have to deal with that stress. I mean, we do see a lot of stuff, and then the stress of being a one-man biomed shop, then the stress of being a father and a home person, takes care of the house and stuff. It's just there's a lot, so you have to find your outlet, whatever that may be, whether it's going on a car ride, just listen to music, go to a concert, go fishing, go do something that's constructive and not destructive. But so like when I'm at home on the weekends when I have my kid, my son, when he comes over, I am at home. I do not do any kind of work, anything. Like last weekend I had him, we did a Lego build off, and then the girl, she wanted to do a slime making contest. I lost on both of them because my fingers are fat and I don't know how to make slime. So this is stuff you have to do. You have to learn how to cope with everything in your life because we're always going to have problems. There's always going to be, like in my other job, there's always going to be somebody dying. So you have to know how to figure out how to manage all that. Just like managers, I guess they stress out all the time. So then challenge number 7 is loneliness. Not saying that I'm a lonely person, because that's not what I'm getting at, but lonely, like you don't have anyone to talk to if you need, hey, like this item broke. What do you think could be wrong with it? I don't have that camaraderie that bigger departments have. So, I mean, I got people I can reach out to, but you don't want to stress those relationships by calling them every other day or something. So you have to get thrifty and look in the manual versus Google. Like Reddit's a really good thing if you guys use Reddit at all. There's a whole biomedical section. You put a question out there, and people with experience will help you through it. So I do that. But like going back to if you got a great report, you can walk to these departments and be like, hey, how's everything going today? Like, just get out of your office, because I mean, my office is right next to the morgue, so it's either no one or dead people. So I have to get up and actually walk out of the building or out of my office to go talk to people. I also have a great relationship with the IT manager because I used to work in IT. So like we talk at least once a day, whether he comes to my office or I go to his office, just to have someone to bounce ideas off of, like, because I am over the security system at the hospital too. So all the security cameras that get put up is my project. But I have to have him because it's all network connected now. So, but you know, it's always great to reach out to people in the industry too, though, if you need to. Like I know I've had 2 mentors, per se, 3, that I could reach out to if I need to. So you need to find those people that you guys can reach out to. So then challenge 8 is burden of stress. So this is tough, as it is up to myself to work on every piece of equipment and make sure that it's working properly for the patient versus the nurses. Because I mean, ultimately the goal is patient safety. Everything else, the nurses complain about everything, if you guys already know this. So yeah, this one kind of, so this one will tie into challenge number 6. So you have to find a way to relieve the stress, whether, you know, it's getting in a car, just driving around. So challenge number 9 is preventive maintenance, which I hint on earlier. So I have to schedule these monthly, which I have a sheet that I got that I do every year. It's the same, but it's on my door as I walk out, so I know exactly which department I need to be working in that whole month. So I do about 200 to 300 PMs monthly, depending on the department. Surgery is probably the biggest department, and then you have EMS, because I take care of the EMS service too, and it's like a page and a half, so it's like 40 devices that I have to check for them. So it just depends. Like I just did EMS this month, and it was 40 devices, so it was an easy month. So it helped me get caught up on other stuff I needed to do. So then takes me to the last and final.
Are you doing it by equipment type, like all
the department? Do it by the department. So it's just easier because that's how the guy had it set up before that I took over. So we haven't moved to a CMMS or anything like that yet. I'm working on it, but we're slow. You know, small hospitals are slow. I guess big hospitals are too. There's a lot of red tape. So the last challenge would be creativity. So this one is probably the most exciting that I have to deal with, because you're the problem solver. Like no matter what the issue is, you're the one that has to figure it out. So when I said earlier that I had a manufacturer fix a part for me, and so it was literally last week. It was a crib from the OB department. They broke a handle and something else on it, which is a metal rod. Well, the company sold the handle, but they didn't sell the metal rod by itself. So I'm like, well, I said, well, how much would it cost to get the assembly? And they were like $800. I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying that. So I went out to this company in town to get a 10-inch bar of stainless steel was $40 with that, with 2 little pin holes in it, so you put cotter pins in it. So that's just a creative way of I mean, I've saved $760 by doing that. If you can do that, I don't know what the people say, but like I said, third-party vendors and stuff like that, you need to really get to know. But doing that, getting that part manufacturer was really thinking outside the box, because I was like, how am I going to do this? Yes, sir. No, but the department knows I saved them that much money, like, because it would go to the OB department, so they would know. So that's about as far as it would go. Yeah, every month I do everything I've done, like worked on, plus the PMs I do monthly. Yeah, I don't I don't track the money that closely. I probably should, but it's HVAP. Yeah, they only come once every 3 years. So yeah. Yeah, I know. That's what right. But that's why I come yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I'm salary, so I don't get that luxury. So myself, when I was in IT, it was salary. So no, no. Well, that's not how it works where I'm at. Um, okay, okay. I mean, everybody in IT is salary. I just moved over. Right. I'm just saying, I mean, that's because I was in IT and you're expected to be on call. So they put everybody's salary. And then I like it though, because then if I need to leave early one day, I can just leave and I still get paid. So that has happened, but it's flexible. It's more flexible than being hourly. I, I did. Mm, well, I mean, that's what the vendor told us to do, because they said we can't sell it to you, but you can have it made. So, I mean, if yeah, yeah, they made it. The third party. I mean, this is just a metal rod. Look, it's holding a crib together. I think we're digging too far. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, anywho, that's pretty much. I mean, okay. Well, the crib's yeah. So it's furniture. So anyway, so it was just a 10-inch rod that was broke. I don't know how it broke or what, or they lost it somehow. I don't know. All I know is that when it came to me, it didn't have it, and the company wouldn't sell it to me, just the part piece. I had to buy the whole assembly, and I wasn't doing that. So, because I was told no from upper management, because I tried first. So this is when you got to be creative. Like everybody I talk to has ways to do things. So no, this is a losing battle. So, but that's pretty much my presentation. I know it's only been 20 minutes or so. Yeah.